Every Warwin goal raises funds for the special heart surgery unit for children at Killingbeck Hospital in Leeds, where the life of his baby son James was saved last year. James is doing well, and so too is Dad, with 22 goals already this season. 5 of these York players didn't face Liverpool a year ago. Goalkeeper Andy Leaning and number 11 Tony Canham were both in local football then. Dale Banton, the club's record signing, was ineligible, and Dave McCourtry from Carlisle and Simon Mills from Sheffield Wednesday were bought from the profits of York's Cup exploits. But dropped to substitute today, Keith Houchin, whose penalty beat Arsenal here in last season's 4th round. Liverpool are still without Steve Nicol, Paul Walsh and Gary Gillespie, so 19-year-old Mark Seagraves retains his place. But Ronnie Whelan has a groin strain, and those who wondered why the Liverpool manager wasn't down here for this morning's pitch inspection now have the answer. Kenny Dalglish was having his lie-in, preparing for his return to action. Referee Howard Taylor from Oadby in Leicestershire checked the playing surface yesterday and at 9:30 this morning. There is bone in the ground, but that's been helped certainly by liberal sanding, and the referee believes that the pitch is not dangerous, and that's the key. Liverpool kick off in a change strip of all yellow. Last year they put straw all over the pitch to get the game on. This time it's been sand. And a full house of 13,000 delighted that the game is underway. A great credit to Brian Foster, the groundsman. John McPhail with a header. A real freak of the competition to pair these two clubs again here. Exactly a year after the 1-1 draw at Bootham Crescent, and Canham with a low centre of gravity making progress, and a corner for York. Succeeded by Seagraves after some useful covering from Craig Johnston. Grobbelaar loves to come. And I think we'll see plenty of York City, if they get enough of the ball, aiming for Keith Warwin, knowing that Grobbelaar is perhaps sometimes suspect with his judgment coming off his line. Play the ball away you're facing, and Dale Banton is in the clear for York. Grobbelaar steadies himself, and Banton misses. Not easy to carry the ball on this surface, but Grobbelaar was in difficulties as well, and a genuine opportunity goes a-begging. It was Gary Ford who played it forward, and Liverpool caught square, the flag stayed down, and this will haunt Dale Banton. Dalglish. It's Hood who just got a toe to take the ball away from the Liverpool player manager. Lee. For Dalglish to chase, and the bounce held the ball up for him and needed the intervention of McPhail from the York point of view. Lee with the corner. Andy Leaning comes with a good solid punch to clear his area. Lawrenson was drawing his foot back when the standing foot gave way. Seagraves. Here's Johnston. Finally, Lawrenson from a good angle to get the cross in, and McCourtry plays safe, but in fact the referee had spotted that the ball had passed behind for a goal kick and then swerved back into play again. Hood almost taking too long. It's no match to dwell on the ball. Got to worry about just standing up as well as control. Dalglish, who can master any situation, and Andy Leaning with a fine save coming off his line. Banton was well played on the half volley. for Ford. And Johnston came in and made contact on Gary Ford and not the ball. And York have a free kick. And the crowd turns up the volume. McCourtry waiting on the far side, along with Walwyn. And McPhail. It was Walwyn who met it. McCourtry. McPhail! Splendid save by Grobbelaar. John McPhail dropped to the ground in frustration. And McPhail let fly, and Grobbelaar somehow kept it out at the cost of a corner. McPhail. It's McCourtry completely missing his kick. It is half-time. York will go to the dressing room perhaps feeling that they will have no better opportunity to embarrass Liverpool, who have had measures of control for much of the half, but have been caught by Dale Banton having a great chance in York's first real attack, but he put his shot wide, having beaten Grobbelaar, and then Grobbelaar himself saving athletically from John McPhail. But at half-time at Bootham Crescent, it's York City 0, Liverpool 0. York get the second half underway. I'm sure their competitive manager, Dennis Smith, has been winding them up at half-time. He wanted them to go out and enjoy it. Rush is onside, and the goalkeeper leaning hesitated, and then the bounce defeated Rush. The ball just stood up in the air in front of Rush. Andy leaning, it made up his mind really to come and knock it away. Off Wood, forward from Mills. Goes pressed into conceding a corner. And suddenly York spring forward. McPhail is up again. McCourtry. McPhail comes in, and it's just over the top from Banton. It was Dale Banton twisting into a header, but moved the ball just over. Rush, and Hood was indecisive, and that could be costly. And Ian Rush and Liverpool think they should have a penalty, as the goalkeeper came out, but the referee thought otherwise. Well, Derek Hood would have felt that he could have got the ball away here, but Ian Rush took advantage of a slight piece of hesitation, and the referee had to rule whether Rush dived or whether he was brought down by leaning, and he ruled in York's favour. Canham. Still half an hour left, and York, of course, beat Arsenal here in the fourth round last year. It was almost the last kick of the game. So they will surely push on to the very last, hoping to break down that solid yellow line of defenders that Liverpool have mounted. But Walwyn, and here's Gary Ford! York have the lead! Walwyn played his part, distracting defenders and battling away, and then laid it with great vision to Ford. Lee with Liverpool's free kick. The ground in uproar here, and Dalglish denied an opportunity to strike back quickly by Dave McCourtry. Johnston. Played back by Hansen. York have got to be firm here. Andy leading is just that, and a decisive call. They've played and beaten 4 non-league clubs to get this far of York City, and now they lead Liverpool. And it will make Liverpool curse again the referee's decision which denied them a penalty some 5 minutes before Gary Ford struck. Mills. Forward from Cannon. Free kick given against Hazelgrave. Liverpool in a very difficult situation, not just a goal down, but in circumstances here where creating from situations like this may be their best chance rather than in free play. Is it a penalty? A hand was used from Dalglish's free kick. Liverpool making the set play count here and causing some problems in the York defence, and it looked like Steve Senior to me who raised an arm. It's Jan Mulby from the penalty spot. 1-1. Liverpool typically strike back when the danger looked greatest. So just as it was here a year ago, it's 1-1. The whole mood in the ground has changed from rampant celebration to disbelief on 3 sides and joy behind the goal to our right.
Well, certainly a close-run thing there for Liverpool, and afterwards the Liverpool manager Kenny Dalglish described the pitch as diabolical and dangerous. The match also hinged on 2 penalties, one given and one not given, a point that Martin Tyler raised with the York City manager Dennis Smith.
I had a word with the lads after, and they said no, he'd lost the ball and he just threw himself. They were pretty certain, and obviously that's what the ref thought. That's the way he gave it. So if that's what he thinks, that's what you accept.
What did you think at the time?
I thought he'd lost control of the ball, and he thought, well, I'll go over the keeper because he's here.
And then, of course, the penalty that denied you your victory, where Steve Senior was the defender involved.
Yes, I mean, the cross came in, and Steve went up for the ball with I think it might have been Johnson. I think Johnson got the header, and he headed it against Steve's arm. Steve said he didn't know anything about it, it's just hit him. But there again, the referee's there, and if he makes a decision that it's a penalty, you've got to accept it.
Did you feel, though, that you were harshly done by him?
I thought it was ball to hand more than the other way around. I don't think it was deliberate. But as I say, if he makes that decision, that's the decision you've got to accept.
Well, here you are facing another trip to Anfield after the 7 goals last year.
Yes, I mean, it's not something that you relish as far as after thinking of last year, but you go and think that you're going to do better. We might get away with 6, as somebody said this year, but it will be a different game. It will be very difficult. We had a very good chance here on the day to get a result.